Hello, it's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I'm back for another copy and cards. I'm sorry I'm not at my desk live today. It's the Easter holidays here in the UK, but I have a pre-recorded video for you and I will be back live next week. But I wanted to show you some sneak peeks. So I went to the demonstrator only event on stage in March and we had just the best time. We also had an optional crafting event on the Thursday evening in which we received a bundle from the brand new Annual Catalogue and we could choose which bundle. So I went for the Citrus Blooms and we've got this beautiful stamp set with the gorgeous like Mediterranean feel oranges and these little patterns here. Gorgeous font on the sentiments, and then these dies. These dies are stunning, look. So these are 3 different dies, and then you open this piece and you have all the dies for the stamps, plus all the little extras and some extra dies as well. Loads to play with there. It's part of a suite and it's got some really stunning papers. And I'm just waiting to be able to order those. By the time this video goes live, we'll be in pre-order. So when you go to On Stage Live, you get to pre-order as a perk of registering and going. So I've done my pre-order and now we'll be in pre-order, which is for all demonstrators, and I'll try to order those papers. Hopefully they are available. So they are stunning and I can't wait to show you them. So that's part of the suite as well. The other thing we got given when we did this, and we got our bundle. This is like a little paid for optional extra that I went for, and it was great because there's a lot of socializing and a lot of stamping and they gave us ideas. So we got the new in color cardstock, got a whole pack of it. We got some of the Essentials Baker's Twine. I love these because all the colors and the neutrals that you could possibly want. And we got the in color gems. So this is a good way of showing you what the colors are. So we got the in color gems, aren't these beautiful? So I'll show you in the cardstock, it'll be easier. So the new colors, we've got Peach Pie. How pretty is that nice peach? We have got an old returning color that was before my time, Pretty in Pink, which is a really nice pink. We've been waiting for a good pink for a while. So we've got that one, and then we have I've got to remember all the names. Shy Shamrock. I love this green. It's fabulous, isn't it? Is that the Shy Shamrock? I think that's that one. No. That's the Summer Splash, which I think looks a lot like Coastal Cabana. I was completely convinced this was exactly the same as Coastal Cabana, but let me show you what that looks like. Let me grab it. That's mint. I've got any? Yes. So I've got a little piece of Coastal Cabana here. So whilst they're in the same colour family and a similar idea, this one is much greener than this tropical green. Does that make sense? So that's Summer Splash. Let me get them out. I can show you much better. So we've got Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash. I get an ink on the back. Petunia Pop. The lighting is not great through my viewfinder on my camera, so hopefully it's better for you. And that's the Shy Shamrock. As you can see, that's a much greener green than that one. So those are the new 2024 to 2026 in colours. So obviously then you get all the cardstock, the ink pads, and it will be in some of the designer series papers and the ribbons and embellishments so that you can colour coordinate all your projects to match. No hunting for the right colour. So that's those. Okay, so right, on with the project that I'm going to do today. I'm getting a bit excited and a bit distracted. So I thought I would bring a project for you today, mixing some of the old and the new. So I'm going to use the stamp set, I'm going to use the dies, and I am going to use one of our masks. So currently we have in our Annual Catalogue some masks called the Artistic Mix Decorative Masks, and I'm going to use this one because it kind of looks a little bit like a Mediterranean tile, which is what I'm going for because those beautiful papers give me that vibe. Okay, so I'm going for a thick basic white card base in my normal size A4, scored in half, cut in half. Then a Night of Navy layer, so 1/2 centimetre smaller, so 10 by 14.3. And then my white layer is the usual next one down, which is 9.5 by 13.8 centimetres. So those are all the things. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side and I'm going to use the mask on the white piece in a minute. But first, we're going to do some stamping. So I've got my piece of basic white cardstock. I picked out of the stamp set the large stamp with the orange and the leaves. And I'm going to ink it up with my Memento ink. And we're going to do a little bit of colouring in. Do not fret, I will not be colouring all day. I have some I made earlier. But I'm just going to show you how easy it is. So, stamp it down. It's quite a large one, so you want to make sure you get a good impression and that you rub it all over. So that's not bad. I actually press a little bit hard, but you can see there. So I probably need to press slightly lighter in areas. That's absolutely fine. So I have picked out some current colours that we have while I'm videoing this, which is back before I went on holiday. So we've got dark and light pumpkin pie. I'm going to use for my orange. I have got the granny apple green, dark and light for the leaves. I've got a little bit of yellow for the flowers, and I think that's where I call it. I don't think I use that other colour. Right, I'm going to show you how I did it. So pumpkin pie, the dark for the outside of the orange. So I'm going to go around the edge, and I'm not terribly careful. As long as I'm staying inside the lines, I'm really not bothered. And I'm just going to outline my orange, so it'll give it a bit of shading. Like that. Now, when we were on stage and we played with these, we used the ink from our ink pads with a water painter on some watercolour paper, and that was great fun. So you could definitely, that's another option. So I'm going to use the light one next, and I'm just going to fill it in. So the middle of your orange is slightly lighter where the light catches it. So yeah, and then you can blend it so you don't have any harsh lines. I love our blends, absolutely love them. My favourite colouring medium. So just little circular motions on that line, blend it all the way. And you'll end up with a nice shade. Nice shaded area there. Keep going around. And you have a nice orange with some darker and lighter areas. Like so. So you've got your orange. Okay. And then for the leaves and the stems, I'm going with granny apple green. So I'm just going to go up the stem like this. Simple. All of your stems will be the same. Like that, a little bit like that, a little bit on there. And then the leaves, I'm going to do the same. So if I go in, you can go in with light or dark first. It'll all blend. So I'm going to go in with light this time. Go around, do the whole leaf. Like this. Then add in some of the dark, kind of maybe on the veins of the leaves, like that. That's fine. And then just blend it all in a bit better, so it's all blended. And then you don't have any harsh lines. So yeah, that's that. And then the flowers, so these will be green here. Like here and here, but the flowers I decided to keep white. I don't know what orange blossom is in terms of colour, so I decided to keep it white, and then I went into the middle and just with the brush tip of my Daffodil Delight light, I just went like that and just gave it a kind of a halo, and here as well. And I didn't go right to the end. I just left a bit white, so it looks like they're white and yellow. And that's how I did. Now, when you've done the whole image, cut it out with the die, because this one matches. I mean, they both the large stamps have a die. And cut it out. And then when you've done that, you'll end up with something like this. Now, you might want to spend a little bit more time colouring yours. I did mine quite fast, ready for the video, and I could have taken a little bit more time, and I think I'll just add a little bit more shading into these veins, because you can go back and do that, and then, like I did before, blend it all in. So that it all looks nice. So yeah, do all that till you're happy with your colouring. And then cut it out with a die. And so you end up with a piece like this. Now, the other thing you can do, I really like, is the Wink of Stella. Don't use this enough. It's like a little glimmer brush, and it gives a tiny little bit of a sheen. It's not like using glitter, it's a glimmer, and it's kind of a little bit of a liquid. And I don't know if you can see it, but I've done it on one of the oranges. Can you see the sparkle here? It doesn't catch it very well on the camera, but it looks so much better in person. It's beautiful, and it just steps your card up. And if you're one of these people who doesn't like glitter everywhere, or not too much that's garish, this is perfect, because it just is so pretty, and it just steps it up a little bit. Kind of really is lovely. Just make sure I've got no orange on there, and I'll go into the green. So I'm going to Wink of Stella the whole thing. Why not? You can't have enough Wink of Stella. These are available in my online Stampin' Up shop. So that's link is in the description box down below. So if you're interested in anything that I'm using, these new stamps will be available at the beginning of May to customers. Wink of Stella's already available, obviously. If you would like these things earlier, you can order them in a pre-order as a demonstrator. You just need to join my lovely team. Being a demonstrator is fun. You get to go to all these lovely events and do all these fun things. You can do things like I do. You can run classes. You can do videos, all that kind of stuff. Or you don't have to do any of it if you don't want. You could just do it for yourself, for your own hobby. There is no obligation. So the title demonstrator is quite ambiguous. But yeah, so you could just join up, do your pre-order. How good would that be? I put all the links in the description box down below, or you can just message me if you want some information. So just make sure that I've got no green left, and I'll go into the white ones. Yeah, so I've got a lovely growing team now, and they have announced where the on-stage event is going to be next year. And we're all preparing to go. I'm going to go with some of my team. I'm so excited. Right, so, okay, so I've got that. Now, I'm going to bring back in my piece of white card and the mask that I was going to play with. Now, which side? I think it was that side. Right, I was using it. So now you can pop this down, and then you can put your mask over it. Now, if you're worried about it moving, just pop it down with a piece of washi tape. I tend to keep mine with my hand, but for the sake of the video, I will put a bit of tape on there, because I'll bet it'll go wrong. There we go. Actually, is that off the side? I don't want a line on my piece of card. I don't usually use tape, so yeah, I'll put it up there. That's it. And I'm bringing in my blending brush, and I was just playing with it. So I have a blue one because I was just using Night of Navy with it. If you have a microfiber cloth next to you when you're using these, in between colours, you can actually remove all of the colour and go on to another colour. You do not need 11 million blending brushes. Okay, just a tip for you. They come in a pack of 3. I've got 2 or 3 packs. I've got the small ones and the big ones, but literally I've just ended up with them. You do not need endless ones for every colour. I like to remove a bit because when you first put it on from the ink pad, it can get a bit splodgy, and you want a nice even layer of ink to go through the mask. Just little circular motions. Now, I don't want mine completely covering it. I want it a bit kind of faded in some areas and more in others, because that's the look I'm going for. And as I've taped it down, it's much more easy to have a look and see where I'm at. And then you can always match it back up anyway. I want a bit more over here. Yeah, that'll do me. Happy days. Let's take that off of there. Now, if you want a different background, there's also a really lovely stamp in this stamp set. And they're like little tiles as well that I'll show you if I stamp them. So you could definitely make your background with these, and that is lovely. So that's another alternative. There's so many uses for this stamp set. So I've got my background. I'm going to shut that one up because I'm getting all inky. Look at the state of me. I'm going to bring my oranges in like that. It's just going to go on there. And it looks much prettier because it's shimmery. I think I know what the problem is and why I'm so inky. I re-inked my Night of Navy, and every time I close it up, some of the ink is leaking. I think I put far too much Night of Navy ink in there. I think I was a bit enthusiastic. So I'm going to go and glue this together before I do anything else. Love it. So if you're a demonstrator, you'll already have or be looking at our brand new catalogue. If you aren't and you would like one, do let me know because I'll pop one in the post for you. I send all the customers who've shopped with me in the last 6 months a catalogue automatically. If you haven't shopped with me but you'd like to and you'd like a catalogue, please let me know. I'll pop one in the post so you can have a look. So I think it's going to be a landscape card. Just why not? And this is a really simple one for coffee and cards, but just think of all the things you could make with this one. A little bit of glue. Pop it on. There we are, on it goes. Now, I'm going to pop this one up on some sticky foam dimensionals. Lots of them because I want it to stand up. That should do it. Take the backs off over the bin. Well, some of them go in the bin and some of them seem to fly off onto my feet, onto the floor, which is why they end up everywhere, don't they? Look, it won't go away. And of course I'm covered in blue ink. There we go. So we've got that on there. Right, now I need to decide what sentiment, and there are some really lovely ones in this stamp set. We have got hello, all the love, you're the best kind of person, just checking in. And loads of lovely sentiments. So I've got this one, which is all the love, and I think that's nice. I might put that on there. I've got a strip already. I wonder if that would work. I don't know if that is fat enough, actually. Plenty of scraps over here, though. Now, actually, you know what would be lovely? It would be lovely if I had a piece of Night of Navy cardstock and I embossed my sentiment in white. However, I have run out of white embossing powder. I don't know how that can even happen. but it has. So I'm going to go with blue on white. Oh, I've got a wipe somewhere. I made a mess. Or I could do silver embossing powder. That would be lovely. But we're going to go with blue. Make it simple. It's coffee and cards, which is meant to be simple. But then I might try it in the silver. All the love. That is such a pretty font, isn't it? I love that so much. I'm wondering what it would look like in the pumpkin pie. I'm going to leave it in that. I think it's lovely. Itchy nose now. Right, grab my trimmer. Right, let's cut this up. Right, so I know I've got a nice rectangle, but I'm going to cut it down a little bit more. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't cut anything off, because that would be a bit sad. All the love, that'll do. It's so beautiful, this. All the love. I love that. I think, I don't know if I should cut it at an angle. I just leave it like that. I might just take a bit off the end because it's quite long. There we go. So we're going to pop that one on there. All the love. So on this end, I'll use a dimensional foam pad because the oranges are up on those so that it is at the same height. Otherwise it will be all bendy and not right. I'll put a little bit of Tombow on the other end to stick to the orange. If only it'll come out of my glue because the end is all bunged up. There we are. All the love. Like that. And I was thinking of putting some linen thread in a little bow. I might have also run out of linen thread. The reason being, I used so much of it on my socks for the event. So look. Oh, look at that. I have a tiny bit. So I've got plenty of baker's twine, but I wanted some linen thread. And I've got a little bit left. Look at that. Got a few lengths. I don't know why. Here we go. That will work. Till I get some more. I think I need to go and wash my hands. Okay, so I'm going to pop a bow. I love linen thread. It's not a project without the linen thread, is it? I've got an itchy nose. Everyone holding their breath while I tie a bow. I don't know what it would look like there. I think it would be pretty. It's either going to be there or somewhere over here. So what do you think? I'm not sure. It looks a bit like it's floating in the air over there. So I'm going to grab a glue dot. Love my glue dots. I'm going to stick it here somewhere. You can roll these up as well. I'm going to pop my bow in. Cover the glue dot with the bow. Ooh. There we are. You can still make your bow bigger and smaller though. And then grab my ribbon scissors, whatever I've done with those. Here they are. And chop some of the end off. There we go. So there's my first play with the brand new Citrus Blooms stamp set. I hope you've enjoyed it. I haven't actually stamped anything inside. I think I'm going to go back in and put another white layer and put the oranges inside, and then You're the Best Kind of Person. I think I'll do The Best Kind of Person because that's an easy one. But I need a little layer, because if I'm going to colour, say I stamp this straight down here and then coloured with my blends, those alcohol markers I just used, that would bleed through the back because they're alcohol based. So if I just put another layer in, is that big enough? I think it probably will be. How big is it? It is 13.8. So if I make it 9.5, it will be good ratio. That can go in there. I can stamp sentiment, which is You're the Best Kind of Person. I don't think I've even put the sticker on it. Yeah. Haven't used it yet. It's just... Actually, if I put the sticker on, because it's writing, you need to actually be the right way up, straight, all of those things. I was going to be lazy, but I think, you know, what do they say? More haste, less speed. So it means that I can now see, I don't know what that is, that's like ink on the back of there. I can now stamp it properly with my super inky ink pad. Why is it always the really dark colours that are super juicy? Well, it's my fault. I re-inked it like that. You're the Best Kind of Person. I'm going to pop that inside, but first of all, I'm going to stamp my orange. So where's the large orange? I won't take time now and mount up the other orange stamp. And I'm not going to make you sit and watch me colour it in. But also on the envelope, definitely stamp your envelopes, guys, because when you get a stamped envelope through the post, it's so pretty. There we go. So that is that. I'm going to glue that inside, and then I'm going to come back in and colour it. And then it'll go up on my Instagram, and you'll be able to see the finished inside if you really want to see that. It's there. All matches. Matchy matchy. There you go. You're the Best Kind of Person. How pretty is that? I hope you've enjoyed having a sneak peek of the new Citrus Blooms bundle, and you might be inspired to pop it in your basket when it comes in stock at the beginning of May, or you may be inspired to join my team and pop it in your basket as part of your starter kit or a pre-order, because whatever's on pre-order could go in your starter kit. If you've got any queries about joining, do let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions at all. And you can choose anything in the catalogue for your starter kit. All right, anyway, enough of that. I hope you've enjoyed the Citrus Blooms stamp set with me today. And I will be back next week live from my desk for coffee and cards. And I'll be here on Sunday for Scrapbook Sunday. So I'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.